Tonight, a street race turns to a deadly crash, and now a teenager is behind bars.
Atlanta News First anchor Sydney Stallworth joins us live at Gwinnett County Police Headquarters. Sydney, what have you learned?
Well, Wale, Carly, a 28-year-old man is dead, an 18-year-old facing a felony charge for vehicular homicide after Gwinnett County Police say that a street race in Lawrenceville went terribly wrong.
Unfortunately, we're here because someone lost their life for racing.
Drag racing turned deadly in Gwinnett County.
Racing can seem thrilling, but it is very reckless and completely selfish. You not only put yourself at risk, you put others at risk, other drivers, pedestrians at risk.
An 18-year-old now facing a felony charge for vehicular homicide after a race gone wrong. Gwinnett County Police tell us 2 drivers were speeding near Breckenridge Boulevard in Lawrenceville Monday evening when one driver's car flew off the road and into a tree. Neighbors captured this video of the scene moments after. 28-year-old Dottie Andre Headlam died in the crash. We're told one of the drivers, identified as 18-year-old Alan Vasquez Catalan, left the scene. But Gwinnett County Police say they tracked his car down using flock cameras.
Officers were able to locate him at his residence, where he was interviewed and did admit to racing the vehicle prior to the accident occurring. He admitted that he did see the collision occur, but continued to drive home.
Gwinnett County Police couldn't confirm the exact speed the cars reached. Some members of the community laid flowers near the tree where the crash happened, as Gwinnett County Police issue a stern warning to other would-be racers.
The Board of Commissioners actually approved a county ordinance where if you're racing and caught racing in Gwinnett County, we are able to impound your vehicle for up to 30 days, and we will do it. Our community response teams, they'll set up operations. We have extra details available where officers are able to sign up and target street racers.
We've also found out that tonight Alan Vasquez is listed as in custody at the Gwinnett County Detention Center. Now, he was denied bond on one of those allegations, the vehicular homicide allegation, because of a flight risk. In Gwinnett County, I'm Sydney Stallworth, Atlanta News First.
And the images of that car wrapped around that tree, so hard to see. Sydney, thank you.